Alright, we've saved the best rig for last. So this is our last day at Overland Expo, and I'm here with Kara, right? Yeah, I said it right? I said it right. I said it wrong the first time. And Jason, and they're the Everlanders. They're on YouTube and Instagram and all the places, but by far our favorite rig the whole weekend. Self-made, and it's the most technologically advanced rig we've ever seen. So Owen and I are like gonna have to clean up our act after seeing all of this. So just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around and a quick tour of their amazing handiwork. So
cool. Yeah, so this is our rig. It's a 2003 F550. We chose it because it is a 7.3 liter transmission, rather 7.2 liter motor, ZF6 manual 6-speed transmission, manual transfer case, manual locking hubs.
this thing's going anywhere and everywhere.
Right, so we run 41-inch Continental MPT 81s. They look small next to me, but if you put a Mac next to it,
put a Mac next to it. Maybe they're big, I'm small, the combo of the both. So yeah, oh my gosh, this thing is awesome.
Right.
So their solar panels, like, they collapse. So
right.
Oh, I think we're about to get a demo.
Yeah, everybody look up.
Okay.
And up. So we have 8 solar panels on the roof that are stationary, and
I love it so much.
8 panels in total. 4 are stationary, 4 are on pneumatic cylinders, and they pop out for 1.5 kilowatts of solar in total. Charge at 110 amps at 12 volts. Our rear bumper is 1/4 inch, 6-inch square tubing, 1/4 inch walls. So that's actually doubling as our air tank. We have an air brake pot pull down there that holds our blocks tight to the truck when we're on the highway. But when we release the air pressure for off-road use, the frame can articulate and flex, and it teeters underneath the box, but without imparting that flex into the box.
That's so awesome.
Because the honeycomb panel doesn't want to
Right,
flex.
and so what is the construction is fiberglass, correct?
Yes, they're fiberglass honeycomb panels.
Despite the fact that it looks bulletproof, it is fiberglass.
Yes, it's a common assumption that
Yes.
it's bulletproof metal and it's all metal, but no, it's a honeycomb fiberglass panel about 2 inches thick, and then an aluminum exoskeleton to join them all together. We do have a mini split air conditioner, which we can run directly off of our solar.
Awesome.
This side is much the same. Utility cabinet has water and air compressors and boring stuff like that.
Those things are very crucial, though. Never
Yes.
underestimate their value.
Agreed.
Yes.
The cab is your typical
Single cab.
2000 cab. One cute dog for extra style points.
Hi, friend. Oh my gosh, you guys save the best for in the cab. Oh, you are such a cutie. Oh my goodness.
This is Lincoln.
And then I have an overhead Android Auto display we built.
And we're off.
He's a goner. Which has our Android maps on there for navigation.
That's
so
awesome.
that I can turn by turn now, which
Good
has saved
deal.
my marriage. It is a 2003 chassis, but it is a 2011 fiberglass body kit on it.
Oh, excellent. Save
So-
some weight.
Yeah, well, weight, but these fenders actually flare out 6 inches further than stock to cover the tires because they stick out 6 inches.
Good deal. That's nice so you guys don't get all that mud like flicked up on your side.
Yeah, and super beefy treads. I can almost get my fingers in between.
Amazing.
Let's take you inside.
All right, yeah, let's do it. You
Please.
can. Oh, okay. Cool. Ladies
Picture
first.
the back. The best spot.
All right.
So this is our inside. I built it to be exactly as tall as me, and when we're sitting at the dinette, it's also exactly as tall as me, so that all this space underneath is storage. This is our outside storage compartment you saw outside. Under my feet is 5 kilowatts of lithium iron phosphate batteries. Our dinette here is
The digital command center.
Yeah, we made the benches just not enough for 2, but a super comfortable
Yeah.
1.5.
You guys have a great walkway space because sometimes they can be so tight here in the middle.
That's
It's
right.
really nice.
And for 2 people, when you're both needing to move around, that's really nice.
No bumping butts.
Especially when you're giving tours to
I
people you don't know. I've got a computer monitor mounted permanently there, and it has cameras that I can look out all 4
Good safety
directions.
monitoring.
Night vision cameras on the front and thermal on the front also. And that's really nice for being a digital nomad because you flip this laptop up, and where this screen ends, that one continues on. So for video editing, you need 2 monitors. Amazing.
They're doing it way better than we are. I'm gonna make that very clear.
So that's that. Our bed is over the cab, but it's also over this storage area. So
Super
these bins
deep.
are 24 inches deep actually, and as surprising as it is, just this little half-inch lip keeps these from falling off. So I
That's
planned to put doors on it or drawers or something else.
All
but
extra weight.
this is all
Yep.
working well for us. But that extra depth gives us a full 54-inch width for the bed, and it's 7 feet long, which is more than enough for me.
Yeah.
And then we have this box down here, which is on a pneumatic cylinder.
Amazing.
So
That was like
that's-
Aladdin.
So that's, I built it super sturdy, so it will take my weight and I can jump up there. But it's also inadvertently where we keep all our camera gear. And then when it's retracted in there with the pneumatic cylinder, there's 100 pounds of air pressure constantly pulling it in. And if you don't know that you're...
We're here to take your photograph.
Hey!
the other YouTubers.
Hi.
Hi, Travel Take.
Friends.
Traveling Together Journal.
I guess maybe we'll try on our way back.
Yeah, give me 10 minutes.
We gotta go.
They're very popular.
Then on the way back.
So we're just squeezing it in. We'll
Cool.
come back later.
Cool beans.
Okay.
See you.
That's pretty much been
You
the
can't get
weekend.
those cameos like that every day.
I know. I just feel like that's been like that was the perfect way to summarize like pretty much how this weekend has been.
Yeah.
It's awesome though. It's so fun to put names with faces and
For sure.
also just it's like so inspiring. This is like why we love coming to stuff like this, is to be able to see all the creativity that people, because everybody has a different perspective on how to do something relatively similar, but
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
it's good stuff. So I feel like we've got more to talk about though.
Sure. Yeah, so this is Dinette.
Yep.
That's where we sit every day. But I'll address a common question, the elephant in the room. Why are there no windows? Everybody asks, and then
They're vampires.
right. So we'd always intended in the CAD drawings that we would eventually throw in a window here and there, but we're from Canada. There's snow on the ground till May, and
Yeah.
it comes back in September, so we often would camp in the snow still, and then you get condensation down the windows and rotting wood behind the walls in the dinette, and you pull that out, and the floor is also rotten, and it just turns into a nightmare.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Don't want to
so-
do it again.
And so we, of course, you can get good quality thermal pane insulated windows without thermal bridging frames and so on.
Yeah.
But they're expensive.
They are.
$1,500, $2,000 a piece.
Yeah, and a lot of them have to get shipped over from Europe
Yeah,
too.
they're all
So
Yeah.
Netherlands. So we thought we'll get them, but first things first, we need to get the induction cooktop and some of these stoves and other parts.
yeah,
And
because
a heater.
eating is a requirement.
Yeah.
I prefer it to
Yeah,
looking.
absolutely. I mean, and that's a great thing with starting, like doing the process over time and not all at once, is you can learn your space and learn how to adjust it, because I think a lot of times people overcommit themselves at the beginning and
Well, or
Regret.
believe they know how they're going to use it before they start. And that's
That.
we've been through 4 RVs, and I feel we had a pretty good overall feel of how much space we wanted to dedicate for this and that. But that kitchen counter was originally 4 feet in the CAD.
Yeah.
But we were using it, once it was an enclosed shell that we could use, we were using it with Rubbermaid totes stacked up as a countertop, and then we'd stack them differently for a dinette or whatever.
for sure.
And so we used it in those stages of progression of completion, and 4 feet, that's not enough.
Yeah.
She wanted a full 6 feet, so we did.
I mean, this is great. I mean, it's all storage
Anyway,
below too.
We're
So
kind of getting off the topic of the window though. We wanted the windows, but we wanted those either outbound or sights, or one of those really high quality windows.
Right.
And we didn't get that immediately because we were just getting other things first. But we thought we'd eventually get a window. But the more we've lived with no window, the more we don't want windows. I don't think
Interesting.
if outbound came and said we'll give you some windows,
You'd say no.
I wouldn't immediately say yes. I would have to really
We
think
have to
on it.
think on it. And we
Because-
also just the stealthiness of it too.
For
if
sure.
you are pulling into a city at night, you want to camp, you don't have to worry about curtains and
Or
lights
even,
and,
yeah, I was going to say, because in the past, all of our rigs, we've had to, if we are self-camping, like, no lights are on, no anything. So, yeah, you can fully live in here, no problem. Because, yeah, we definitely have to really be careful with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So to address people's worries about the windows or no windows, it must be dark and dingy, and how do you see the people outside? So we've got
Not dingy,
a
not
ton
dark.
of light, and it's situated such that it shoots down the wall as a
Yeah.
reflector, so it really bounces the light down these surfaces well. and then the reflectiveness on the roof, I hope shows up in the video. When you're looking straight ahead, it feels taller than
No,
it
it really does. It almost feels like a skylight in here. It's pretty cool.
So that addresses the light, and then outside, we have cameras around the whole perimeter of the place that are constantly monitoring for motion and bipeds. So if a human walks by at night, when I tell it to monitor for that, it'll pop up and show and record.
Right.
And even when we're away from the vehicle, I can if I have enough
If need be.
bandwidth to
Yeah.
stream that, I could.
Good deal.
So
That's
that is
amazing.
that. And then over here to kitchen. Maybe Kara wants to give the kitchen tour.
Yeah, for sure. So we just have our sink here. We were doing a build on a budget, so it's just a Home Depot bar sink.
But
Sweet.
I want to, even though it was a cheap sink, I didn't want a wide base because you need a lot of water to get
For sure.
an inch of depth just to wash your 2 plates or
Yeah,
whatever.
we
or
were the
whatever you're
same
doing.
way with our sink.
So a little smaller and deeper.
Yeah, and even with we have the water storage capacity for 50 gallons, but like
25. Oh
Right
yeah, we have
now,
a total. Yes,
total.
we have ability for 50.
Oh, okay.
And right now we're only taking 25, so we're pretty conscious with how much
Oh, for
water
sure.
that we're using. And then we're running our induction cooktop on our solar. And then over
The
here.
super incognito.
Yeah, and here we got our fridge.
That is so cool.
So this is the Ingle. And yeah.
And chest, I really dig the chest style rather
I
than
do-
the swinging door
Because then all of your cold air just comes pouring
pouring
out.
out the bottom,
Yeah.
and then the compressor runs solid for another 5
As a
minutes.
girl who has one, I know that that's what's happening.
Well, and-
so we're
and-
very strict on opening our refrigerator.
Get everything
Do
door.
you
need.
have the open the refrigerator door and the mayonnaise falls into the carpet problem? Or-
Luckily, our whole door has like the slats that keeps everything in, so we
We'd-
have
we'd
typically
always-
not had those problems.
In previous RVs, we'd open the door like this because
Yeah.
you gotta catch
You're like,
that
something's coming out. Yeah,
or the milk
especially
is tipped over.
because like just the constant jostling.
Right.
Especially if you're an off-road
yeah
RV
scenarios.
situation,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's been awesome.
For
you
sure.
can pack actually a lot in there and nothing moves when you're
that's great. Yeah, and those
Traveling
Ingle
around,
fridges
so-
are really quiet,
Yeah.
and really
Yeah.
efficient
Well,
on
it's running
power.
now.
Didn't know.
So, and then the drawers tie into the width of our hallway.
Yeah.
Maybe back if you want to pull a drawer open. There, oh, it's locked.
Oh, they're locked. Hold on.
Are you trimming this video?
What?
That's fine, sure. So these drawers are super deep because
Oh my gosh,
you
you
may
guys
as
have
well
so much storage in there.
Mm-hmm.
so much depth in the hallway. I may as well utilize it, and that's something if you're building to consider that. If your hallway is 18 inches wide and you have a 24-inch depth of cabinet, you
Yeah.
can't get your drawer out all the way.
Right.
So that played
That's so nice.
played into the width of that.
And these are sweet with the soft
Yeah, the
close
soft
on them
close.
too.
you don't-
Yeah, that
Nice
is really
kinda.
nice.
And you just saw Kara unlock it. I'm going to go press on the brake pedal, and you guys can maybe even hear.
Oh, so it keeps things from like flying.
Yeah. So when we press on the brake pedal, it locks it all down.
So
And
now
then
if
we're
you go to open
just-
it, all the doors are locked and they don't slide
In our
open.
Vanagon, every single one of our cabinets, like the mechanisms, like if the slightest thing hit the door, we would could be coming around turns and every cabinet door would
Yeah.
come open and spill its guts out onto the floor. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
on switchbacks, I would be like chasing stuff around. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That is
I-
so intelligent.
We
So
know.
that's clever.
Those feels.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then in the back, we just use the Nature's Head composting toilet.
awesome.
We quite like it. You know, it freaks. If people have never heard of the composting toilet, it freaks them out. But
It also freaks people out that we don't have a bathroom at all. So
Yeah.
I get it.
But we've been happy with it. It works really
Yeah,
well.
Super good.
yeah. A lot of tiny houses use them, and they really seem to love them. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys have so much storage. You've
Tons
really,
of storage.
you guys have really thought about it, and I think that that's so important. Like considering the weight and the storage, and like what your plans are. You guys seriously, like my hat's off to you guys. We can't even hold a candle to what you guys have done, and it's amazing. It's seriously setting a new standard.
It
This
is.
is
Thank you.
incredible.
thanks so
So,
much.
so this is them. Please go find them if you have questions about their rig. Like I said, YouTube, Instagram, and stuff like that. They're very generous with their knowledge, so you should go talk to them. Okay, thank you, and goodbye. As I mentioned before, Everlanders build was one of our favorites that we saw in all of Expo. But before I let you guys go, I wanted to show you a clip of their solar panel array opening. Yes, because they can have a small amount of solar, which really wasn't that small, or they can open it up to have a full array, and it is impressive. So here's the clip.
Gets me every time.